This is Shaka's top 10 teams with a chance to win the World Cup. Let's start at number 10, Shak.
I start with Senegal, and I have them way down there primarily because of Koulibaly, who hasn't been as good, and Edouard Mendy, as good as when they were when they won the AFCON and qualified for the World Cup. Number 9, the Dutch. I always say the Dutch have as much chance of winning this as they are crashing out in the group stage, so often their own worst enemy. Denmark, who surprised so many in the Euros, I think they continue that going. They have a surprise in them. I don't see them winning it. Belgium, I just wonder if they're past their best. And though they had a good outing last time around, I'm not sure how equipped they are. Spain, big questions around goal scoring for them. But other than that, as strong as ever. Similarly for Germany, questions around goal scoring. I don't think 2018 repeats itself. England got to the Euro final, but I just wonder if they will limp again as they had done 4 years ago and last year. France, despite their injury issues, I think many of them will clear up. They're the best equipped of the European teams. Brazil, I have at number 2, though all the bookies may disagree with me, and which may come as a surprise to you in particular, Dan. I have Argentina to win it, the defending South American champions. I think come good at long last.
The reason Shaka obviously makes a big deal of Argentina being number 1 is a discussion we've had over the years here on the show, that Lionel Messi can never be considered the greatest of all time unless he wins the World Cup. So therefore, that, though, Shaq, I believe, is a discussion for another day.
Yes.
Why Argentina, then, over Brazil? That's the kind of the big thing to take away from that.
Well, I think Argentina proved a lot to themselves, primarily in winning the Copa America on Brazilian soil. They'd faltered so many times before. We spoke about the missed penalties, or going on to penalties in the final against Chile in the Centenario. Chile, who they beat in the group stage, by the way, just couldn't get over the line. Every time they seemed to get to a final, they just couldn't get it done. They buried that last time out at Copa America, as I mentioned, and I feel this is a team that are determined to win it primarily to cement Leo Messi's legacy in the game.
Where do you stand, Don? Argentina or Brazil? Is it that simple?
I don't think it's that simple, Dan, but I mean, every time I look at what Brazil have got to work with in their squad, I mean, it is truly ridiculous. I mean, just to mention some players, Vinicius Jr., Jesus, Rafinha, Bruno Guimaraes, Paquetá at West Ham. I mean, every time you look and you keep analysing what they've got, I mean, if they click, I mean, they surely have to be favourites. I would say Belgium would be a little bit higher.
Oh.
But I think it's Brazil for me, Dan.
Gab?
My top 3 have been unchanged. It's Brazil, Spain, and France. France, in spite of all the chaos that's engulfing them.
What have you got against Shaka's Argentina, Gab?
I don't have anything specific against Shaka's Argentina. And obviously they were on that really long unbeaten run and all this stuff being great. I just think it's I just think these other teams have more weapons, and I think they're also a little bit steelier, a little more adaptive in the way they play.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a team that... I mean, it's a great run they're on, 33 games, undefeated, few draws in there, but it's not a defence that's going to fill me full of confidence at the... as experienced as it is, at the knockout stage. I was interested, there was a great story about France as well, wasn't it? About the team photo.
Well, I didn't see this story, no.
But I don't want to go into it in too depth, but allegedly Mbappe refuses to get in the team photo. For the time being, there's some sort of thing over image rights and whatnot, and Didier Deschamps somewhere banging his head on the wall going, it's going to be the same again. So, you know, you just don't know what you're going to get from the French camp. You know how talented the French are, but what you're going to get from the camp, is there going to be any problems? There just always seems to be problems following them around. And I think, even though Argentina have been great, I still think the French and the Brazilians are probably going to be the two teams to beat.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.